that's talking straight. From the yard to the gym to the gate. Yorkshire hearts, yeah. We say what we see. Crossroads boxing, where the fighters meet. Ricco RF in the van, gloves laced tight, graft on his hands, ready for the fights. DJ Spade on the pass, throwing jabs and hooks, building up plans with that fighter's look. Ricky hand off the tracks, footwork on point, back from the night shift in the ring, he'll join. Dan Thomas with the keys, unlocking the ring, ready to twist, let the bell start to ring. Crossroads boxing, no time for fiction. Yorkshire grit in every direction, step in the ring, feel a connection, fights. Crossroads boxing, that's our section.
Yeah, hello.
Whoa. What the hell was that?
Welcome back to another episode of Crossroads in Boxing with myself, Ricco RF. I am on my own as it stands. No CJ, no Ricky, or no Dan tonight. It's just a special with me and my guy Ricco. But yeah, it's just me and Ricco tonight. We're gonna delve into Ricco's journey in boxing so far, and much more. We're just probably gonna chat shit for the next hour or so. But it's going to be a good one, and I'm looking forward to it. But before we get into everything, we've just got to go to the promo video for D-Rock Clothing.
First of all, whatever that was fire as hell. What type of mad thing was that there? That was crazy. That was what the guy was like, oh, cover the taking the Eric, and I was like,
listen, when I get into my bag on them AI stuff. Yeah, I have my fun. I have fun, but I enjoyed making that one. I thought we could do a new
that was AI. That's some fire ass shit. Bro.
AI is a mad thing right now. AI is mad right now, honestly. But this ain't AI. It's me and you. You've got treadmill talks on go at the moment on Instagram lives. So what's good with you, bro? What's good with you? What's that with now? How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you so much. I am very healthy. And just loving life, to be honest with you, bro. Like, one thing for me, you probably see that I have a microphone, and I didn't bother to change the background because I was just like, oh, this is the channel where it all started for me. This is like my yard. So if I have to treat anything as I would treat it as yard. You got my daughter's photographs and everything in the background, and all my
I like the setup, bro. I like the setup. You've joined the crew with the mic and everything. You know what I mean? I had to step my game up this year. I said to myself, listen, I need to step my game up just a little bit, not too much. 2026, just a little change. I'll get myself a mic, get myself a decent camera. I say decent, it might be glitching now. It has its moments. But
no.
Listen, I said I'd just get little things, but it just feels a little bit more professional.
At least people know that I have eggs. I have all the things that I actually need in terms of um this journey that I've been on. But no, my bro, man, do you know one thing? Well, why when I messaged you, I actually said that I'm very proud of you, Eric. Out of all the people that I've helped, because there's one thing that I hear like a lot, especially when you guys made that lovely um show for me, for my birthday and stuff like that, and that really meant a lot to me. But I there's this thing that boxers have, with elite boxers, especially. Well, I say elite boxers, but world champion boxers or whatever like that. Doesn't matter which trainer has found you or whatever like that. You can go to another elite trainer from uh, from Mr. Tibbs to a Robert Garcia to a Don Charles to a whatever, but that boxer will still have that star quality about them. And you, Mr. Neutral, um, Aisha, I know I'm missing out so many people. Abbas, like Abbas. Obviously, he came to the channel when I was sort of here, but um, you, especially you guys have had that star quality about you all your lives, and it didn't matter what you would do with anything that you would have done, you would have excelled in whatever it is, you know. Um, there's a saying that the black sheep of anything, if you keep on getting up and getting up and getting up and getting up and going through adversity and still having the determination and drive to be the best that you could possibly be, you'll be the GOAT. And to be honest with you, Eric, I don't know much about the North, but I see a GOAT in front of me right now.
I appreciate the words, but listen, I just enjoy talking about boxing, and like we've gone over time and time again before. When I got onto your spaces, I predominantly just spoke to Americans really at 4, 5 o'clock whilst I was on the late shift. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I've got my headphones in and I'm listening to lives, jumping on people's lives, talking boxing. But it was always Americans, and over here it didn't really see many people wanting to talk about boxing as much as I I like talking about it. I love watching boxing, but I enjoy conversating and hearing other people's opinions on boxing. And you gave me that platform in Twitter Spaces. You being the first one in England really to do those boxing Twitter Spaces like that. Where the engagement was a lot. There was a lot of people wanting to talk. Even the Americans coming over to your spaces, which normally it's like 1 or 2 Brits in the American spaces. Now in your spaces and the spaces we do now, you do get the Americans in, and they want to talk to us. So it all started with just loving talking about boxing. I found somebody who is as crazy as about talking about this sport as me, which was you. And you know what I mean? It was one of them things when it's felt like we've known each other, what, 3 years now?
Damn, Eric, it's been a while, isn't it, bro? It's been
3 years is crazy, yeah, but we didn't meet each other till maybe 2 years or a year and a half or something like that. We didn't actually officially meet. Yeah, about a year and a half. We didn't officially meet.
It was
and then when we met, it was just like, bro, it was like we'd been boys since day one. It was mad. And there's a few other people like that as well. We've got Shy, who runs the 505 way, and her watch parties. We've got Dan as well on the record boxing. Those two as well. I those two and yourself, I've met online, and when I spoke to you so much online, you can meet people online and they're not the same when you actually meet them in person. But you three are exactly the same people in person. Love boxing, love to have a laugh, and what you created was banter and boxing, and it epitomized that. It basically epitomized what you three are. Is banter. We have a laugh. We're there for each other when needed, but ultimately we talk boxing and we enjoy talking about the sport.
To be honest, like it was. I mean, if we're going into how everything sort of happened, gosh, I'll tell you the first time I actually met Shy, right? That was because we've all, anybody from the UK. Just bear with me.
Oh, Ricco picked out on me.
Oh,
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. My bad. The first time that I met Shy was such an interesting story because she was a grime legend, a rap legend for all of us that actually have been within the UK, and you know if you follow like JME, and if you follow Skepta, and if you follow all that type of stuff, it was it was mad because I remember she would always off of her main account, yeah, and she'll probably tell you this, off of her main account, off of the Shiesty account, she was a fan of boxing, and I was like, what? Big up to Trill, big up to my brother right now. First of all, if we can just shout out to
Yes.
my absolute brother, man, Trill. I love you, my brother. Right. I'm going to talk about something that I actually did today, and that was, partly because of Trill and everything that this man is such an amazing person. But when she off of her main account, she used to actually watch boxing, and this was years ago. Actually, this was maybe 4 years ago, I think, because we've been friends 3 years, Eric, right? And I started bantering boxing. I started bantering boxing probably about 5 years ago, I think. Just maybe, I think during the pandemic, I think I started bantering boxing properly. So, you see Shiesty talk about, oh, this person should have won, or this and this or whatever, and I was just like, oh, sick, okay, cool, but she was bougie at that time.
So you was fanboying. You was fanboying. Is that what you're saying to me?
Hell yeah, I was fanboying. The first time that fuck yeah, I was fanboying. The first time that I saw Miss Shiesty, Chanel, known to her family, when I think it was Kiddohood. So Kiddohood celebrated their 20th anniversary. I think it was just a couple of days ago. And when it was adulthood, I remember, I think it was 6 years after that. And all of us never knew that if we were actually going to get an adulthood or anything or whatever.
Yeah.
And when I saw her smack up that girl at the salon, I was just like, okay. I was like, yeah, okay, she's definitely a fan of fighters around here. But no. So then the 505 was created.
Yeah, go on.
No, carry on.
No. Go on, carry on.
So the 505 was created, and it was, it was something Like it was just a 505 and green, and then like so many people that I can name all of you, right? You would all come on my spaces, and I would listen to this voice, and I'm like, mate, I swear I know this voice. Right? I
went on a
know this.
burner account.
Oh,
Went
mate,
on
I
a
was like,
burner account.
and then and do you know what it is? She'd be like, like, oh, 50, because I'd be like, oh, 505, or I think you were just Eric. And then I'd be like 505, 505. And then she'd be like, no, don't call me 505. I'm shy. And I was like, I'm not too sure about this. Who is this 505? What is like what is this?
No, listen.
And then
listen, when shy,
I think I private messaged her. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm glitching at my side.
Okay.
Now I'm glitching at my side. Yeah, those spaces.
No, you're good.
Now I was just saying that those spaces was iconic. They were, like Trill says in the chat there. Those spaces was iconic because you had people who never met each other in real life. Just talking about boxing, and you find out a lot of people you agree with, a lot of people you don't agree with. The back and forths was always fun. Me and Mr. Neutral, especially, we have a relationship that no other can. That's all I can say with Stevie.
Boom. Wait, just bear with me just 1 second, Eric. I think I'm actually the one that's glitching, so just bear with me just 1 second.
Well, whilst you do that, what I'm going to do is, seeing as we are talking about the 505 way, I'm going to let Shiesty tell you herself of what to look forward to for the next watch party number 9, the 505 way.
Right, guys, while the verse is over, I'm throwing my 9th watch party, East London, April the 4th. We got after party till 3 a.m. We got shisha, we got food, we got drinks, we got 4 DJs, vibes, yeah? Pure vibes. So make sure you come to it. Yeah, if you want to party, have a good time, maybe you're into boxing, or you just want to come out and have a nice time. Ladies, round up your girls, guys, round up the guys and come through. April the 4th, ticket link in bio. Tickets are only £15 right now. Once those are sold out, then we go on to £20, and you know what I'm saying. But yeah, come through, meet me there.
Have you clicked that again, Ricco? What's going on?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's Shiesty right there, telling you what to look forward to. But she can tell you, but I can also show you. This is the promo video. These have got clips of myself there, of Ricco himself there, some of the boxers who attend the watch parties. But it's not all about boxing. It is a party afterwards. You do get to enjoy yourself. And let me just play this for you to see what we're talking about.
Listen, I am the baddest man.
is absolutely fire. The work, the editing, and the work Shai puts in these promos are mad. They're absolutely mad.
It's actually so
but yeah,
it's
people.
So wavy.
When I say these watch parties are the best watch parties you will ever go to, I mean it. I don't care whether you're in Canada, whether you're in America, or you're in the UK. You need to be at a 505 watch party because the vibe is unbelievable. The panelists we have on, you get to meet some boxers. Denzel Bentley was there last time. So was Chris Congo, John Harding Jr., plenty more there. So yeah, and the banner on the screen, that is the link and the information for tickets to the watch party. So if you can, and if you're able to, 4th of April, get yourself there. I'm gonna be there, and Ricco, of course, you're gonna be there.
I will be there. I will be there. I've been there since the very first inception of the watch party. Yeah, it's definitely not me glitching out, guys, because I've lowered my resolution. Shout out to the resolution. Let's just go into this comment right now. Let's go on there. Ricco went off on Matt like he was his crush who stood you up for a date. Nah, do you know what it is? No comment is all I'm going to say to that. Big up to Jack. This isn't even my show, actually. Eric, you do the comments right there.
That's Jack Gladman.
Neutral. Oh, shout out to Jack. Big up to you, my guy. Yeah, you know what it is. You know what it is. Shy has always been. Do you know what it is? You guys have. I'm glad Mr. Neutral is there. I'm glad Trill is there. These
Viso is in the chat as well.
And Viso, like, the past 3 years that you guys have known me, I've gone through. My gosh, I wouldn't wish what I had to go through on my worst enemy, to be honest with you, because it's been such a turbulent journey. It's been like really, really. I talk about it on a new project that I have called Treadmill Talks. I bet they won't have the still lemon. No one's got the still lemonade, but I've got that for you when you come back. I've actually found a place, Trill, that does still lemonade. It's actually a genuine thing now, so I've found a place that does that. But I'm working on a minor world title.
Hey, listen, Jack, message me and let me know. I need that information because them Rolexes, if you had. I've got it on recording. I've been promised a Rolex if your champion wins a world title. So, Jack, let me know. Hey, listen, everyone's getting Rolexes right now. Everybody seems to be getting Rolexes. I need my Rolex. I need my Rolex, man. I don't even wear watches, but I need my Rolex.
Nah, do you know what it is? If that's the case, then Eric, you 1,000,000% deserve that Rolex, bro. And shout out to you, Jack.
No, you were saying anyway. You were saying about your treadmill talks and
So treadmill talks. I do treadmill talks, so it's all part of my recovery journey. So I am a recovering drug addict. I have been through quite a lot of trauma within my life. I was, for a long time, I was quite ashamed to say it. I was really, and this is the thing, I've known you, Eric, for just about 3 years, for Shy 3.5, or this or whatever, for Mr. Neutral 3 years or whatever, from Trill. I've known Trill for a lot longer because he is one of the reasons why I actually started creating content. But yeah, I battled with addiction for a very long time, and it was something that really was it made my life easier to live, because I really, like I say, on treadmill talks, which I run on a treadmill religiously every single week, for 40 minutes. I go live on Instagram. I've been doing that routine. So probably the 2nd of January was when I tried to take my own life twice. Um, I do apologize.
No, don't apologize. Talking about stuff like
No,
that.
no, for
Is
sure.
what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to talk to people you love. It doesn't even matter if it's people you love, but the stuff like that needs to be. You need to get that out of your system. Holding in and holding everything to yourself is what brings you to breaking point. So I'm just happy you're talking now. That's what I'm happy about.
No,
The fact that
for
you're talking.
sure, for sure. It was, I think, throughout that 3-year period, because it was only a 3-year period that I've actually known you, like longer than that. It was a lot, I lost, and it wasn't so much even to do with so much the drug addiction, but also how I felt so alone. Even though I wasn't alone, but in turn, like I'm estranged from my family now. Like I haven't seen my daughter since last year, July. I felt, even though I thought that I had somewhat of a family, it wasn't a family, it was just triggers and just toxicity, for so long. And that's one reason that I started Banter and Boxing. It was originally it was for people like me, because you never know what people are actually going through.
100%. 100%.
It's like, I'll be truthful to you on this podcast, and which is one reason why I actually wanted to do it with you today, was because I did an incredible interview with Tro, and Tro, like yourself, like so many other people, have helped me so much. It was a way for me to not just find people like myself, but it was a way for me to kind of release whatever it was that I had, whether it be anger, which I'm not really an angry person, but it was more, it was most of the time I didn't really talk, to be honest. I think you, Mr. Neutral, and all of you guys really talked so much.
Well, well, there's a question in there I want to ask you. There's a question in there I want to ask you just before you carry on. Is do you think, obviously, you was doing the spaces, you were doing them quite regularly, 2-3 times a week. You were on spaces talking, and obviously as things go, and you want to move on into the boxing game, where you started doing less spaces, more podcasts, more road trips, as in going to the fights, more on the ground interviews. Do you think taking away that talking and being in and around, just listen, not even, like you said, didn't even talk that much, but just being in and around normal conversation with normal people, where it's not about just work, it's not about interviewing and what question am I going to ask that person or this, it's just a conversation like you're in the pub with friends. It's just people talking, we're having a conversation about something. Do you think going away from that and not doing that as much, like you set yourself back a little bit, where you didn't get those other voices of people talking to you, and where those times were hard, you didn't have anyone talking or to listen to and just talk boxing to take your mind away from it? You just had work, which there's only so much work you can do, and especially when you go into shows, traveling on the train, that you have a lot of time to yourself where you're in your own head. Do you think going away from the boxing, the banter and boxing, the Twitter spaces and stuff, like helped, like triggered some of that?
I'll describe a normal, like, banter and boxing sort of scenario, because it was the most normal thing. If that's what you're asking me, it was the most normal thing that I had during my days, like it was, but it was, anybody that knows me knows, you've known me for a while, Eric, like it's like what you see is what you get with me pretty much most of the time.
Yeah.
It was, literally, like it was an escape from a normal reality where I would just, I would do whatever I was doing, and then I would have my phone, and then I would just make a space and say, oh yeah, I'm doing a space or whatever, and I would speak to all of you, and it would just be so normal. It would be so normal, because you guys would just, it was where I would separate who I was in that moment to how people actually saw me, how, like, because a lot of the time, because I work for like a lot of channels, or I've done content for a lot of channels like Sporting Icons and iBoxingHub, or like I would, it would sort of, it would allow me to show people, or show other people, like, because the thing is that people would see what I would want them to see in terms of how I would go to, like, shows. I remember my first show, I think it was a boxer show or a Queensbury show. I can't remember. This was couple of years ago or whatever like that. But like how I really kind of got known was through Twitter and through everything. And it was an escape for me. It was an escape in which people would see. I wanted people to see me in a light in which, you know what, I'd like to do what he's doing. Or, it's you're not you
an
don't have to be
inspiration to somebody. Just somebody
you don't
to
have
look
to
at and
be
say, that's what I want to do.
you don't have to be Kugan Cassius or fucking any of these other people, or the boxing socials, or the thises or the that's or this or anything like that. You don't have to be any of these people to fucking do what I'm doing. You just have to have a determination, and you just have to have a passion for something. You could do this for, football or the NFL or this or this or whatever like that. Like, I wanted to show people that even, it doesn't matter where you're from or what you're doing or who you are, or if you're this person, or if you are, fucking whatever, you can do anything that you literally set your mind to. Boxing is one of those things in which you can, like, anybody can enter the sport in whichever way that they want to. Whether you literally, you can post something every day and say which person do you like the most or whatever, gain all these followers, and then apply for accreditation for something, and then for a show or whatever, and then they'll give you that accreditation, and then you're there just interviewing at Frank Warren or this or whatever. Like, when I went to Riyadh last year, I had not a penny to my name. Yeah, I had nothing. I had actually, like, I think I had given up my job at that point, because I was so dead set on being this big boxing media person and following my dream, and there's nothing wrong with following your dream, but you you have to be realistic about your life and what and how you're going to do things. Gone are the days where you just, you can just sort of quit and just this and whatever like that. But at that time, I was very different in the mind space where I am right now. But I managed to get to Riyadh, and I managed to go there for 7 days, because I hustled my way there by myself. And I've always hustled from the time that I left my grandmother back in Africa. I've always been a survivor. I've survived no matter what has happened to me, or how I felt, or how I've been, or anything, and that mentality, although it's great when you're watching like these series and stuff or anything like that, but they don't tell you of how much you lose along the way, because you lose so much, like, it's not like, for example, today I went to London to interview our super welterweight British champion, Bilal. um I don't have a job right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have people that still believe in me, or will still help me, or will still do things for me, because they still believe in me. And whether it's a train ticket, or whether it's, just something as simple as food for the week or anything, man. You know, you should always count your blessings, no matter what they are or who they're from, because at the end of the day, I just saw a message from CJ. It doesn't matter about your family or blood or anything like that. That's very true, because you you don't know what you have or who will help you or who will always be there for you. So I've luckily been thankful to know people like you, to know people like CJ and Tro and Viso and all of these type of people that have always seen something in me that I've never really truly seen in myself sometimes, you know? And it's what now has made me want to be a better person. Not just a better person, but in terms of a journey of sobriety from things that haven't made me think the way that I should be thinking or how I should be acting or any of that type of stuff, you know? Because when I started bantering boxing, I started bantering boxing for very different reasons to what they've actually come about or what they've been equated to, Eric. I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would help people like you or Mr. Neutral or all of you guys. And when I see what all of you are doing, just individually with your crossroads or, with Trill and it's IBH USA and this and everything like that. I never imagined any of the things that would have come about with what I've done, because I had a lesser opinion of myself than what people had of me. And it's
I will say,
can only
I
pray
will
and I
say,
say thank you.
yeah, what I will say on that bit is where you say, "Oh, what you didn't realize what you've done." The reason why you've got people there that will help you outside of this boxing space or whatever, but that's why people are there to help you, because unknowingly you helped us. You had information, you knew what you was doing, and you happily just was like, what you want to I said, I remember us having this conversation about doing this podcast. I genuinely remember we were actually watch party, and you was just like, you're going to do your own show, aren't you? I was like, yeah, I'm going to sort it. I want to do it for years. I've been wanting to.
We were on a balcony.
Do my own
I remember.
podcast. We was exactly.
I never
was at the 5 we were at the 505 watch party.
You looked at me like I was mad.
Outside. Yeah, and you said to me, it's like, I'm gonna get you your own show. I was like, really? I was like, all right. It's like, no, seriously, if you want to do this, I'm gonna make it happen for you. You set up what you want to do. Let me know what you want, what your concept's about, and we'll do it. And I'm sure that was in the December. I'm sure that was a December watch party.
It was very cold that day.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. But then I think by January the 8th, I want to say something like that, we did the first episode of Crossroads in Boxing. And from then, it's just absolutely took off. But it's not just me. You have Trill, obviously. You've worked with Abbas. You've worked with, so you've done a lot for people that you haven't realized, and that shows an unselfish nature that you are. And people who are unselfish and kind and will give their last dollar to the next person who needs it. When you're on your last dollar, best believe there's going to be people there to help you. And I live my life like that. I would give anybody I feel is a person in need my last anything if I know I can do without for as long, because I believe when I'm in that situation, I would love any one of my people I call a friend anyway. Anyone I class as a friend, I would hope that I could lean on them and they could help me out in any way, shape, or form. So don't ever be surprised on why you get help with stuff and with anything, to be honest with you, because you've got a kind heart, Ricco. Honestly, you have. I probably, whether or not I would be sat here doing a podcast, my podcast wouldn't be called Crossroads in Boxing. That would be for sure. That's for sure. And listen, you just keep talking. That's all I can say to you is keep talking. Have I gone off? Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, all I can say to you is just keep talking. I think whether what was going off at home, you had that outlet of talking on the spaces and whatnot, where you didn't have time in your own head to overthink or down yourself in certain times. Keep doing your treadmill talks, because I'm going to jump on. You know me. Anytime there's boxing conversation, I'm thereabouts. Listen, you're talking about boxing. Best believe I'm watching. So yeah,
No,
just honestly,
to be honest with
Ricco,
you,
just talk.
treadmill talks is something that it's just me running on a treadmill for 40 minutes. And like I said, like the gym saved my life, 1,000,000%. It was something that I was just like, and I say every single time when I go online, this is for mental health awareness. This is for, people that have, like, because the amount of people, when I put that post on Twitter and stuff like that about like everything that I've been through, some of the things that people have messaged me and what they've had to go through in their lives or whatever, it eclipses anything that I've really been through. So, I just want to say, guys, keep on messaging me. I will 1,000,000% message you back. Make sure you guys are okay. And thank you so much, Trill. Thank you so much, Mrs. Trill, and thank you, Viso, and thank all of you so much, for everything that you've given me. And there's going to be a lot of big things that are going to be coming through from myself in terms of all of the platforms. And obviously, Eric, like why I wanted to do this show initially was to just, big you up in terms of what the opportunities, like, mate, like, honestly, you've money bags, as Trill calls you. Like, I remember and I never forget shit. I never forget shit. Okay, I remember your very first interview that I got you was with Caroline Dubois.
Oh God,
Lord,
yeah.
Almighty.
I was a nervous wreck. I can't lie. I was a nervous wreck. I was sweating. You know what it is?
Before he was like, I'm ready. Man's ready for this. And then and I said to you, I was just like, you're gonna crumble. It's fine. But I spoke to Caroline and everything. But the thing is that you one thing that I appreciate for people that get these opportunities is that you're prepared to, like I've had, bro, the amount of no's that I've had is crazy. The amount of times that I've messed up in my life just is my wow. But moving on to the latter years of my life now and being, oh yeah, true. He came out swinging, and oh my gosh, it was crazy. But you still, you had that fight in you, Eric, man. You know, like you had that fight in you. Like I love people that just have that fight, have that thing that within themselves that says, "I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up." And that's one thing that I've kind of had, you know, because at the beginning of this year, I really, really thought that I was ready to give up completely. I was completely out of it. You know, I remember I was hospitalized and I was about 70 something kgs, bro. Like I think I'm maybe about 100 now. So it's for me, when I look at you and what you've done with everything on this channel, I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of everything that you've accomplished, Eric, and you should be proud of yourself. And all of you guys should be proud of everything that you've all achieved. Because I look at all of you and in my wildest dreams, I never, like I said earlier, like I just didn't think that all I wanted to do was have a chat with you and just talk some shit. Like, you know, and then now you've just become all these fucking superstars. And I'm just like, oh gosh, okay.
That Caroline interview, listen, when you said to me, yeah, I'm going to get you your first. Actually, the first one you gave me, you said to me you said Shannon Ryan. And I was like, calm, I can do Shannon Ryan. Then you was like, actually,
she would have been worse. She would have ate you up.
She's like, actually, no, I'm going to get you Caroline. I was like, bruh. But listen, it was a learning curve. It was a learning curve. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the interview. It was hard. It was hard. I still don't really like interviewing. I like to analyze boxing. I love having this podcast so I can talk and give my opinions on stuff. I'm just, when it comes to doing this stuff, I've got Ricky, who's very, very good at interviewing, CJ, who's good at interviewing. Those guys like to ask questions. When it comes to boxing, I enjoy doing having my opinion, and I enjoy doing the commentary at the watch parties. I enjoy doing that. I enjoy being the person on the mic, calling the fight, giving my opinion on what they should be doing or shouldn't be doing. I like that. I think I'm good at it. I get to do that when the watch parties happen, and that's what all this being on camera, talking, doing all this is leading to. All of that is leading to that. I'm not a confident person on camera. I don't like the camera being on me. I don't like being center stage. But having that Caroline Dubois interview where I was stuttering and umming and ahhing and whatever it is, now I can sit here and I can just talk. There's no pressure whatsoever. And that's why when you first come into this whole spaces, you think, I need to be perfect. I need to get my questions off quickly. I need to do this. I need to do that. In reality, all you need to do is be yourself. Listen, my advice to anybody when getting into this space is just be yourself. Don't try and be like anybody else. If it takes you a few minutes to get your words out, let it take you a few minutes to get your words out. It is what it is. Enjoy what you're doing. That's the main thing. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, especially in your spare time when you sat at home, there's no point in doing it. It'll just cause too much stress on you. I do this for fun. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy talking to Ricco, Dan, Shy, Ricky, CJ, everyone, Trill. I enjoy just having a conversation about boxing. I generally do. I get ripped on my own show about talking too much. On my own show, I get told I talk too much. I get told I talk too much on Spaces when we're on Spaces. But listen, that is me. That is me. When there's an opinion to be given, I'm certainly going to give mine when it comes to boxing.
And that's all I wanted. That's all I ever wanted, bro. Like you have a voice, and now I couldn't keep a lid on it, even if I wanted to be honest with you. So keep on.
You tried with that
Keep
mute
on
button
doing
on the
it.
spaces. You tried with
Yo,
the mute button.
you rolled through the mute button. You cut through the mute. I'm like, I don't even understand how this guy kind of does this. It's like your kind of vibe out here for me, to be fair. But no, man, you know, if anybody's taking anything away from this podcast that you and I have done today, it's just live your dreams. You know, at the end of the day, you will go through adversity. You will go through, you know, whatever you're going through. But a little act of kindness goes such a long way. I've managed to have a whole family of people from the comments that I've seen from you and just from everybody that, you know, everything just goes, you know, I am, God has been so good to me. And yeah, you know, I'm just forever thankful for having friends like you, my bro, and True and Viso and everybody. Neutral. There's so many people that have helped me throughout such a crazy time. So I just want to say thank you guys so much again, and big up to iBoxingHub. You know, this channel has always been very, very special for me, especially seeing all the teams and everything grow organically, just as I knew you guys would. So yeah, thank you for having me, to be honest.
No, I appreciate it. I'm glad you shouted me out to do this. We've not sat and had a chat online since maybe the second episode of Crossroads Boxing.
Wow.
I think we did the first, the second. Did we do the third together? I don't know. I think we only did the one and the two.
Yeah, we did. Like you, because you didn't have your recruits until then, and you were just
what you said to me was this was a conversation. You was like, bro. I was like, listen, I cannot hold a podcast down on my own where I'm just sat talking to a camera. I cannot do that. I need somebody.
How ironic, by the way.
You said, oh, bro, I'm gonna do it with you, but you're gonna have to. Eventually, you're gonna find somebody who maybe 2 weeks later, boom, CJ was hired. I had one conversation with CJ, and that go on.
It will happen organically, please, Lord.
It did.
Christ.
It will.
Everything that will happen organically if it's meant to be. Like now, you have Crossroads, you have your whole whatever that intro was, that shit was fire.
Hey,
I was like, True, did you find some Northerners in fucking Boston? I was like, okay.
Listen, that's the intro, that's the outro. But before we do that, I just want to play one more time. The 505 watch party going down 4th of April for Wilder versus Chisora. 150 fights each. Let's see who goes there. There we go.
Listen, I am the baddest man.
Nah, that thing is fire. That is, yo. I'm not too sure about me having that.
That is the most, I can't lie, that is the most iconic moment of all the watch parties. That moment of you, the realization of Daniel Dubois has actually been knocked out by Alexander Usyk again. That realization was mad. That is the most iconic moment in the watch party's history. And I genuinely think you deserve an award for that. I'm going to speak to Shai actually in the committee. I'm going to speak to Shai in the committee about awarding, giving you an award for the most iconic moment, because that
we're not.
The memes that has come out of that moment is second to none. Second to absolutely none. But before we go, I'd like to say I appreciate everybody tuning in and getting in the comments to let Ricco know that he is loved, and family isn't always blood. You know what I mean? You have got people out there who do love you, who will look out for you. All you need to do is reach out and keep talking, bro. Keep doing your treadmill talks. Let's get back on them spaces and arguing on spaces, because I do miss them. I'm speaking of spaces. I may be doing a space tomorrow on the iBoxingHub channel. iBoxingHub Twitter, sorry. Because CJ may not be able to make the show, and instead of me sitting here talking to myself, I might do a space where we can all get involved. Everyone can give their opinions as well. Ricco has offered to step in as a co-host for me, but I want to have a conversation with people. I want to have a conversation with everybody. So I'll probably do a Twitter space. If everybody can jump onto the Twitter space, we can all, you know what I mean, chill for an hour and a half, talk some boxing. Go, Rick.
The Regime video is out now on Ray Trilogy.
Yes, where is it? Where are we? We've got it here. Have you got it up? Have you got Chill's thing on here, Ricco?
Yeah, it should be.
Regime. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Here we go.
Viva, it's the commissioner, Big Swole. It's some classic shit right here. Benjamin, you got another one with this one.
We all the way up, we in the clouds now. We up here living good, we ain't coming down. Niggas was talking, they still skinning stuff. We got on our grind, made our own luck. Back to basics, had to do that. Back to Roxbury where my roots at. You only catch me with family, we roll together. Cause niggas like to switch up like New England weather. I'm telling you this shit is diabolical. Enough to lose your cool, leave a nigga up and critical. It's cynical, but
that is the Regime out.
Listen, if you want to hear the rest of that tune, head on over to Trill's YouTube and give that a like, give that a listen to. Absolutely fire as usual from Trill. I can't wait for his and Vamp's project to come out as well. Next project to come out.
Me too, bro. That shit is gonna be fire, bro.
And I missed Trill when he was here. I couldn't make it to London, which I'm gutted about. But it will happen, Trill. It will happen. The link up will happen, bro. I promise you. But that's it from myself tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Ricco, appreciate you telling your stories and letting us know where you are. It's good to see you in the headspace you're in right now.
Thank you,
bro. That head is shining right now. It's shining. So you're good.
I love you, man. Thank you so much. I love every single one of you guys. Thank you so much. Follow me on all the socials. I will be back on the Boxing Voice. Oh gosh, people who have been really missing it. Even the Americans have been missing me on the Boxing Voice. So just want to say I will be back on the pod real soon. So yeah, check me out there. Check my brother out, Crossroads. Check Facebook of all places, damn it, for the Crossroads Boxing.
Facebook.
God bless. every single person out here. Thank you so much, Eric, for allowing me to tell my story. And I love you, bro. And yeah,
anytime, bro.
Take care. God
Anytime.
bless.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Four lads talking straight, from the yard to the gym to the gate. Yorkshire hearts, yeah. We say what we see. Crossroads boxing, where the fighters meet. Eric ERF in the van, gloves laced tight, graft on his hands, ready for the fights. DJ Spade on the pass, throwing jabs and hooks, building up plans with that fighter's look. Ricky hand off the tracks, footwork on point, back from the night shift in the ring, he'll join. Dan Thomas with the keys, unlocking the ring, ready to twist, let the bell start to ring. Crossroads boxing, no time for fiction. Yorkshire grit in every direction, step in the ring, feel a connection, fight